This is Car Guys New England, your YouTube channel for anything automotive.
Cause it's bit bad, she want me to back. Like chips at the front, let's go. I'm fly like a pelican in my bed. I like get my way hella quick. They think that I'm crook up on the elephant cut. My trunk, yeah, it's in the front. Of course, it's at the back. It's a big, it's a real big difference. You just want a club. I just need them racks. You just want a party. I just want a rock star.
This is Jay with Car Guys New England, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about putting cams, actually the 102-500 series cams in your Modular Ford engine. And I just wanted to show you guys, maybe this might be a little drawback for some of you. This may be expected, but I'll talk about this issue and also what I've been doing to kind of get around this issue that I've been having. All right, so the car's completely cold, and we're just gonna do a cold start. You'll see it turns right over.
Interference detection.
And the idle's a little rough when it gets down in RPMs, but right now what's happening is because I just started the car, the RPMs are higher, and then they're going to kind of bump down to their idle amount, so it's starting to do that. So I have my foot on the pedal, and I'm just letting it basically a higher idle right now, because if I even attempted to put this into drive, it's going to stall. So I'm trying to get it warmed up, because this problem goes away once the engine's warm. It's only when it's cold it'll stall on you. You know, if you stop immediately after putting it in gear or anything like that. But once you start driving the car, the problem goes away. So it's definitely a tune issue. Now, I have used my SCT tuner to bring up the neutral idle and also the drive idle. And what I did was I bumped it up one increment at a time on there. And I had it at the point where the car would start up and run, but this problem still seems to kind of come back, which I think is a little strange. But, you know, I don't know enough about tuning to get, you know, if I need to play around with Spark or something like that, then that's something that I'm going to have to leave to the pro that tuned the car originally. But for now, this is what I've been doing. Let the car idle at a higher idle, and then I'll pop it into gear and, you know, hope it doesn't stall out when I try to go. But once you start driving the car, again, everything's fine. It's only these cold starts. All right, let's let off the pedal and see if she wants to run. All right. So at this point, she'll run. It's not going to stall, because I've been running it for about 5 minutes now, just at some higher RPMs. But this is my idle, so it's around 9 something. I forget what I had it set to, but yeah, let's attempt to put this in gear and see what happens. Okay, so it just took a little bit of a warm up, but let's get on the road. This thing's an absolute ripsaw now, though, on the highway. It's absolutely awesome. And so I did run the recommended springs that Camshafts recommends running with the car. Also, I replaced the retainers with the Camshafts steel retainers, and that also said that's required. The interesting thing is I found after the install that there is a adjustable timing gear set, and it says required, and it allows you to adjust the timing plus or minus 6 degrees. And I don't have that in here, so that's kind of interesting. But I think that would complicate the install. The Modular Ford single overhead cam engines are actually pretty simple to time. As you saw in the other video, you just basically line up everything the way you need, and then you can kind of cheat in the rockers as you rotate the engine when they're in the correct positions. One other thing that I wanted to mention was when I first started up the engine after changing out the lifters and things like that, the engine was extremely noisy, and I even soaked the lifters in oil. But what I needed to do was just take the car for a ride down the highway, get the RPMs up there, and that made everything kind of fill up with oil, and it quieted everything down. But here's a quick sound clip so you guys know what to expect with the 102-500 series cams in your Panther car. So here's a clip of it idling. You can expect these cams to give you an increase in power in the 1400 to 5400 RPM range. As you can see, these cams really smoke on the highway. Unreal. They're awesome. All right, guys, so let's rate these cams on a scale of 1 to 5 stars, 5 being the best. But let's go through the different categories. And the first category would be value. Value, I would probably give it 3 stars. Priced at about $650. The cams are expensive, you know, for the most part, but also the fact that you need the springs, you need the retainers, brings up that expense a little bit. However, what brings the value up on this is the power that you are going to gain in torque and a slight horsepower increase as well. So that's why I would give it 3 stars for that. All right, so as far as performance, I'm going to give this 4 stars out of 5. Definitely a noticeable increase in performance, especially on the highway, which is awesome. You know, but one thing that you got to consider, all the other upgrades, things like that, I'm actually going to probably put this at number 2 in my top upgrades that I've done to my Panther car. Number 1 being the 373 gears and the aluminum drive shaft. I still think that was the best mod to make. But it's a great combination with the rear end gears with these cams. Absolutely awesome. I love it. So the next category is ease of installation, and I'm going to give it 2 stars out of 5, and here's why. It was an absolute pain in the butt to remove the valve springs from the car. We actually had to get a specialty tool from Amazon because all the other style tools wouldn't work. And one of the other things was we didn't really want to remove the heads from the car. We wanted to avoid that, but that caused a huge delay, and we ended up working on the car over the course of probably about 2.5 days, almost 3 days of labor, just to get it in, take our time with it. We did a lot of different stuff though, so you know, we added in aluminum timing chain guides from MMR. We put in a high volume oil pump because we wanted to make sure that was good. We also put in new lifters, put in new rockers, did the cams, did a whole new timing chains and timing chain kit for the car, and also a brand new machined reluctor wheel from MMR. So it was a very involved install. Definitely something that I would say do it if you're experienced with taking apart a modular Ford engine, or get a hand from somebody that is experienced with the modular Fords. But again, it was such an involved install. you know, and there's just a lot of different things that are a pain in the butt, like even just getting the valve covers off of the Panther cars can be a real pain in the butt. So again, ease of install, 2 stars, but it is worth it in the end if you're willing to take that step to get it done. So as you can hear, the car definitely sounds cammed, and that will get you some looks. If you're sitting at like a red light or something like that, people are going to look over and be like, oh shit, what's in that car? And it's really cool coming from a Lincoln Town Car. So I'm really enjoying this. It's nice idle. And let's give her a quick blip. And thank you very much for watching my video on these camshafts for the Modular Ford engines. They work great in the Panther platform. So if you guys have any questions, be sure to comment down below. Also, be sure to give the video a like. If you're not subscribing to our channel, we have tons of Panther platform content, and we're trying to do some different stuff than other Panther channels as far as mods and things like that to the Lincoln Town Car. So, you know, just wanted to share some interesting content with you guys. I have a whole Panther platform playlist that you guys can check out. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. This is Jay with Car Guys New England. Until next time, take care.